What happens when kids' content stop being just fun and innocent and start sending inappropriate messages? In the age of YouTube and social media, kids are increasingly exposed to content that pushes the boundaries, often inappropriately. With the new wave of iPad kids and kids gaining or getting easy access to the internet, social media platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok can be easily accessed. Even me as an adult, I see a lot of content that is often advertised as kids content, but I know for a fact that it isn't actually kids content. So today we're going to be diving into the disturbing rise of over-sexualization in kids media.
Child exploitation and the hypersexualization of our children on social media has led to, essentially, the normalization and acceptance of predatory behavior in society, especially online.
I just saw a fucking mommy vlogger show her kid where her private parts are and then post that video on TikTok. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
This Crip or Blood fight, which one are you helping?
What is over-sexualization in kids media? Over-sexualization refers to presenting children or characters in a manner that emphasizes sexual attractiveness or adult-like behaviors that aren't suitable for their age. And by the way, from now on, I'm also going to be using the word objectification instead of over-sexualization. So if you hear objectification, just know that I also mean over-sexualization. Now, there are a lot of ways where over-sexualization can be manifested in. 1. Clothing. A lot of children these days are being dressed in a way that mimics adult fashion, and that is not supposed to be. I've seen a lot of Instagram kidfluencers dressed in such questionable ways. I don't want to use the word provocative because what? They're literally children, but the parents dress them in ways that children should not be dressed in. And again, I don't know what a kidfluencer is because it doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why a child should be an influencer. Who are they influencing? Other children that are not supposed to be on social media? I remember the whole thing that was happening, I believe, back in 2023, where parents were complaining that female shorts are shorter than male shorts.
If anyone is wondering why girls have body image issues, these are my daughter's shorts. These are my son's shorts.
Which is a question that I'll constantly keep asking, because why is it that I, as a girl, need shorter shorts? Why guys need longer shorts? Because these days, children's clothing are getting shorter and more revealing as the days go by. And this is something that we really need to tackle before it gets to a point that it cannot be controlled anymore. Another way this can be manifested is through behaviors. Now, we've seen the children on TikTok, the whole kidfluencers doing the get ready with me, using 5 layers of skincare, using drunk elephants, using products worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars, using retinol that is not for their skin. Remember that time that children, literal kindergarten children, were literally shaking. I don't want to use the word, you know what I'm trying to say. They were shaking to Sexy Red's song. It went viral, and I was still shocked to see people say, let kids be kids. If you want kids to be kids, they're not supposed to be moving and acting like adults, because that is not what they're supposed to do. They are still young children. Another way this can be manifested is through storylines. Now, I know we all watch MSA, the My Story Animated. I am an adult and I also watch MSA. So in this case, you should know that the storylines are made for children. But no, it is not. I don't know if this is correct, but I think 8 out of 10 MSA videos involve someone falling in love and making out. For children. No, it's not. There are a lot of movies and shows that advertise as kid friendly, but you already know as an adult that that is not meant for kids. Examples of over-sexualized kids content: animated shows, Bratz dolls, and Wings Club. Although these girls are 16 to 18 years old, why do I say so? Because they attend high school. They are often portrayed in a way that's really questionable, with their over-exaggerated body types and their revealing clothes. People start to question, is this really how high schoolers dress? Their outfits were revealing and emphasizing themes of romance and appearance over personal growth and educational content, and that is the problem. By the way, they faced a lot of criticism regarding that. That is another topic for another day. Example number 2. influencers and YouTubers. And what I'm about to talk about is something that I'm really concerned about. You'd have probably seen it all over YouTube one way or the other. It is a 20v1. The 20v1. If you don't know what the 20v1 is, it's basically when they bring 20 people versus one. So that one person gets to pick who they like or who they love or who they like to go home with or whatever they put it in. But here's the catch, right? Most of those people that are coming there, they're not there for love. Some of them are there for clout, and the videos are often provocative. It is meant for adults, right? Now, tell me why this guy named Mike Adilabu is bringing 10-year-old Lil RT to play 20v1. Lil RT is a rapper who went viral back in 2023 for his freestyle, and he was born June 2014. Lil RT is 10 years old. Never in my entire life would I have thought that they have to blur, or should I say censor, the words that are coming out of a 10-year-old mouth. Now this guy bringing Lil RT to play 20v1 with other little tiny children that are supposed to be in school facing their studies or doing something productive are out here doing 20v1 with Lil RT. I don't really blame these children at all. I don't blame them at all. We're still gonna get to who I truly blame, but I think you should have an idea of who I actually blame. Now, you won't tell me this video was made for kids, because even though kids are participating in the video, it is solely made for adults. Because what other kid want to see 20v1? This video in general is disgusting, and I couldn't even watch it. Just me seeing clips online just made me disgusted. I wanted to watch it for this video to really give you an insight of what this 20v1 of everything is, but I couldn't just bring myself to watch it. This video is advertised as kids content, obviously, because there are kids in the videos, but it's meant for adults. Doesn't that ring a bell at all? Why is it that kids can't watch it? Because of how other kids are participating in things you're not supposed to participate in the first place. I've said my own 2 cents, and I'm moving to the next person. Brent Rivera. Now this guy is definitely not new to y'all. He first started on Vine, where he blew up. Yeah, he blew up. Then you know that Vine is currently dead, so he had to move to TikTok, formerly known as Musical.ly, where he also gained fame because of his Vine fans came from Vine to Musical.ly, because you know they were almost at like. Now he's on YouTube and he has a lot of subscribers. This guy makes kids content, but it's not actually. It is not kids content. The whole storyline is for adults. But the way they talk, the script, is obvious that it was written for kids, but the storylines are for adults. One way or the other, you're making out, you're doing something provocative that is not for kids. I wish I could get into how disgusting Brent Rivera content is, but that'll be a video for another day, because y'all, I have a lot to talk about and I can talk, so I will talk. I believe Brent Rivera is 25-year-old and he's still doing things like this. I believe he's making his money, but again, that is a topic for another day. Example number 3, TikTok trends. Now this is a big one. Why is that? Because TikTok trends come and go, and a lot of child influencers, also known as kidfluencers, they always like to jump on the bandwagon and join the trend.
We're Gen Alpha influencers. Of course, we are obsessed with skincare. We're Gen Alpha influencers. Of course, our favorite stores are Sephora and Ulta. We're Gen Alpha influencers. Of course, we wear a headband when we're doing our Get Ready With Me.
Obviously, the trends aren't meant for them. No matter how open you want to be about this conversation, we should always let kids be kids. Again, I mentioned it before, using skincare, like $100 skincare on an 8-year-old face. What does an 8-year-old want to do with $100 worth of skincare? Another one is lip syncing. Again, lip syncing to songs that they're not supposed to be lip syncing to. So my point is, there's some things that are not just meant for children, and we have to learn to protect them from these things. The psychological and social impact Now, in my last video about how teenagers are acting like adults, I talked about how these things can affect someone's self-image. Now, imagine me as a child, I've been given a phone or a tablet or whatever, and I start seeing things that are basically unrealistic, but my small brain cannot process the fact that that is unrealistic. So I start to live on to this or live up to this unrealistic standard. Imagine them opening TikTok and seeing a 10-year-old using drunk elephant and going there and going, yeah, no, it is not meant for them. And they'll start to question themselves. And again, they are kids, so they don't really know what is going on. They're still growing up. Their brain isn't even fully developed. Studies show that early exposure to such content can lead to an increased likelihood of early sexualization or dating behaviors that are not age appropriate. Kids may begin to prioritize looks and relationships over skills and intelligence, and we don't want that as a society. We do not want that as a society. Cultural influence. The portrayal of objectified content often feeds into the broader trend in society where women and sometimes men are valued based on their appearances. This has an impact on both genders as boys are also exposed to these stereotypes and may grow up with skewed ideas about relationships and body image. The role of platforms and content creators. Now, the YouTube algorithm. This is for sure. The algorithm in general. The algorithm works in different ways, and if they see that someone is interested in one content, they continue to recommend contents that are almost the same as something that you just watched before because the algorithm thinks you like it. So they keep on recommending that same content to you. And now in this case, if you're a child trying to escape this unrealistic standard or unrealistic content you're seeing, it is quite hard to, because by the time you get recommended content that are almost the same like 3-4 times, you'll be tempted to still click on that video, watch that video, explore that video, and then dive back into the unrealistic standard that you're trying to escape from. The issue is worsened by fake kids channel, and there are a lot of videos online. I believe they'll be playing probably Roblox or Minecraft, and the thumbnail and the title, obviously it's for kids, but the storylines, things that are happening in these videos, they're not for children. And this is often seen as fake kids channel because they're fake. You're trying to advertise or show your videos to children, but what you're showing in those videos aren't meant for children, and you know that for a fact. The lack of regulations. Regulations are supposed to be put in place to protect these children. Children will still remain children. If there are no rules and regulation put in place to counter against all those videos that are trying to lure them into this unrealistic standard or into contents that are not made for them, there's supposed to be regulations that are totally against it. And these channels also face the consequences when they go against this regulation. And most importantly, the responsibility of the creators. Yes, I believe people might disagree that the creator isn't supposed to be responsible for anything, but for me, I believe that they're actually supposed to. If you know you're making content for kids, mind what you literally post, because you know that children are watching you. You don't post things that are not child friendly and then say it is child friendly. No, you are also responsible for that part. What needs to change? Stronger content guidelines. Now, I believe YouTube already has guidelines put in place for the type of content you can post and who you're posting it for. Are you posting the video for people over the age of 18 or under the age of 18? They already have that for sure. But I think every single social media platform should implement guidelines for the kind of content you can post and who exactly that person is posting it for. What age bracket is that person posting it for? Parents and guardians role. Now, all the other time that I was talking about who is supposed to be blamed, well, the parents are supposed to be blamed. If you cannot protect your child from these people who are after your child, I don't want to say the word, but you are supposed to protect your child regardless. Keep your child safe. Shows like Bluey, Paw Patrol and Sesame Street to be encouraged and pushed more. Because what happened to Bluey? What happened to Paw Patrol? Why are 10-year-old kids not watching that, and why are they going on 20v1s? Because these shows are not only educational, they are fun, and most importantly, they don't push adult themes. The conclusion. Now, to conclude, all I just have to say is that please mind what you post online, especially parents, guardians, creators. Please make sure you mind what you post online, because there are a lot of people out there, predators, who are after this content that you feel like you're posting for entertainment. There are a lot of kids out there who are watching, they are not fully developed, that they think this is a normal thing, because no, it's not. Give children the space to grow and watch content that are meant for them, not over sexualized content that are not even meant for children at all. I feel like this topic is way more than this video can contain, but let's be for real. Over sexualized content that is advertised as kids content is bad. It is bad, and it is not good for society. So what can we do to protect our kids from these influences? It starts with awareness, and it starts with change. With that being said, that is all for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye.